Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to my channel with a new educational video. Our today's topic is Bloom Taxonomies of Educational Objectives. The people who are into the educational department and they are working as a teacher in the teaching field and working at any professional workplace, they will understand bestly this terminology because this is the most important term we use in everyday educational curriculum. So, without any delay, let's start our topic. Introduction to Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom taxonomy is basically a framework for categorizing the educational goals. It was developed by Benjamin Bloom in 1965 and it aims to promote the higher form of thinking in the students as well as in the teacher. It also serves as a guide for the educators and the people who are working in the education department, either as a teacher or as a stakeholder or as a facilitator or the curriculum designer. So it helps in developing the overall curriculum and assessment of the education field. Now, what are the domains of Bloom's taxonomy or how we categorize the given Bloom's taxonomy? So basically the Bloom taxonomy got three different domains and every domain cover a separate aspect of the education field. So first one is the cognitive domain. The creator of this domain was Benjamin Bloom and he developed this domain in 1956. The overall focus of this domain was on intellectual skills and the development of the critical thinking and problem solving abilities. The levels include the knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. The second one is affective domain. Affective domain was developed by David Krathwohl in 1964. The main focus of this domain is on the attitude, mood, emotion, behavior, and the overall feeling of the students. The level includes receiving the information, responding about the given information, valuing, organizing the things, and then categorizing the things. The number three is psychomotor domain. The creator was Simpson and he created this domain in 1972. The main focus was on physical skills and the use of motor functions. Motor function include the use of legs, hands and finger movement. So the level include perceptions, set, guided response, mechanism, complex overt response, adaptation, and origination. You can see the three different domains of Bloom taxonomy. The first one is cognitive, which is mostly related with the brain. The second one is affective domain, which is dealing with the overall attitude, moods and behaviors. The third one is psychomotor, which mainly include the movement of muscles. So basically these three domains of the Bloom taxonomy are the foundation for the overall educational objectives. Now we can further categorize the cognitive domain into further subheadings. So take a look. The cognitive domain is further subdivided into the comprehension. The key skills including the comprehension including the understanding, interpreting and explaining the things. For example, someone asked you to summarize a text, explain a concept in your own words and identify the main idea. So it is an example of comprehension. The second one is application. The key skills include using, applying and demonstrating. The examples include solving a problem, using a formula, applying to a theory to a real world situation. Number three, analysis. The key skills include breaking down, analyzing, and distinguishing. Examples include identifying cause and effect, comparing and contrasting, and analyzing the arguments. The number four is synthesis. The key focus is on combining, creating, and designing. The examples include developing a new theory, designing a product, or writing a creative piece. The fifth one is evaluation. The key skills include judging, assessing, and criticism. Examples include evaluating the effectiveness of a solution, assessing the quality of an argument, and then criticizing a piece of art. So, these were the five common subdomains of the overall heading cognitive domain. Now, take a look at the affective domain. The affective domain focuses on the emotions, attitudes, and values. It is divided into five further levels. The first one is receiving. Receiving basically include awareness about attending a stimuli. The second one is responding. Responding include actively participating and reacting to a stimuli. Number 3, valuing. You show attachment to the ideas that are really worth. The number 4 is organizing. It includes relating and integrating the values into a system. The fifth one is internalizing. It includes acting consistently with the given internalized ideas or values. So, affective domain is further subdivided into five different headings. One thing you need to remember is you move from the lower level to the higher level. So, the lower level is receiving information from a given stimuli, then you respond to that stimuli, valuing the given stimuli, organizing the things about that stimuli, and then you have to characterize the given effects. So you move from lower value receiving to the higher value, that is characterizing the things. The third one is the psychomotor domain. The psychomotor domain focuses on the overall physical skills and abilities, and it is further subdivided into the 7 levels. So take a look at all these levels. The first one is perception, being aware of and responding to a given stimuli. Perception involves the use of eyes, the head, we can smell a thing, or it also includes the taste buds. The second one is set. It means you are ready to perform a task. Number 3 is guided response. It means you are performing a task under a given direction. The number 4 is mechanism. It means performing a task with proficiency. The number 5 is complex overt response. It means performing a task with coordination and skills. The number 6 is adaptation. It means modifying a task to fit into a new situations. And the number 7 is origination. It means creating the new ways to perform a given task. You can see a pyramid starting from the perception, setting the things, guided response, acting on mechanism, performing a complex overt response, adaptation, and organization or origination. So you move from perception to origination, which is the main sequence for psychomotor domain. So it seems to be very easy to learn about the three different domains of the Bloom's taxonomy, but in actual these domains are further subdivided into many more headings which are very quite complex to learn. Now, what basically the taxonomy levels are? The taxonomy consists of 6 levels. Number 1, knowledge. Number 2, comprehension. Number 3, application. Number 4, analysis. Number 5, synthesis. And number 6 is evaluation. Each level represents a different type of cognitive skills ranging from the basic to advanced level. So educators, stakeholders or any person who is serving in the teaching field or the curriculum designer, they can easily use these levels to structure the overall learning objectives, assessment and the curriculum for the educational objectives. You can see we start from the base, that is knowledge, then we move to the comprehension, then there is application, we move toward the analysis, synthesis, and at last, evaluation. So these are the 6 taxonomy levels. Okay, first of all, discuss the knowledge level. The knowledge level focuses on the recall of facts and basic concepts. Students are expected to remember the given information, such as they are advised to learn about the definitions, the dates, the equation, and the overall mathematical formulas. So this is the foundational or base level, which is essential for the progressing to move toward the more complex cognitive task. So you can see the knowledge is in the base. So knowledge is basically a retention or foundation for the higher order thinking, moving from comprehension, which include understanding of a given task, the application. We use knowledge for the new situations, then to analyze the things, breaking down it using a critical thinking, and then synthesis, we put the things together by problem solving and creative thinking skill, and then evaluation, we make a judgment about the given things. So the knowledge is the foundational level for the progress toward the more complex ideas in the educational objectives. Now we have comprehension level. The comprehension level involves the understanding and meaning of a given information. Students are advised to do a comprehension by summarizing, interpreting, and explaining the given concept. This level is very important because it ensures the students grasp the material before it apply the given command. So the comprehension could be of affective level, could be of applied level, could be of interpretive level, the literal level, and lexical level comprehension. Now, the application level. The application requires using information into a new situations so students can easily apply their knowledge to the problem solving or the practical exercises. So this level focus on the importance of transferring knowledge to a real world context. You can see if we divert the pyramid of the given Bloom taxonomy, we have to create the things, evaluate the things, and analyzing. But we will start from the base. First of all, you have to remember the given command, information, name, description, identity, or anything you can memorize. Then you have to understand and making the sense out of the given information. You have to interpret, you have to summarize the ideas, you have to discuss the things, you have to paraphrase the given information. Then you will apply this information into a somehow similar but a new form. You will represent this information with the help of diagram, you can draw something, you can calculate, you can make a chart, and then you create something new, you build, construct, produce, devise or design something, you evaluate, you critically think, examine the given information and make the judgments, you judge, test, defend and criticize the given information, and then you analyze, you actually take the information apart and explore the relationships, you categorize, examine, organize and compare contrast the things. So this is the main diagram for the application level. Then we have analysis level. The analysis level involves breaking down the information into its components. So students analyze the materials by comparing and contrasting and categorizing the data. The cognitive skill is very important for the overall critical thinking and decision making capability. You can see we move from descriptive level toward the cognitive level. So descriptive means you explain the situation, what has happened. Diagnostic mean why did it happen, you understand the reason for the given occasion. Then predictive, you can easily understand what could happen or what could be the consequences of the given incident. Then prescriptive, it means what action could be taken. If it is a good, how to keep it smooth, and if it is bad, how to resist. And then cognitive means what is the best action or advice or the command you did at that time. So these are the five levels for the given analysis level. Now we have a synthesis level. The synthesis level is about combining the element to form a new whole. So students create the new ideas or products by integrating the various pieces of information. This level fosters the creativity and the innovation in the given problem solving skills. For example, you have an assessment named as the synthesis, in which you basically combine your ideas to form a new whole thing. For example, what could you predict or infer from? What ideas can you add? How would you create or design a new thing? What might happen if you combine dash with the given dash? What solutions would you suggest for the given problem? So it is the synthesis level, which is all about combining the elements to give a new idea or a totally new thing. Now we have evaluation level. The evaluation level focus on the making judgments about the value of the information. It basically involve the criticism about the piece of information, closely analysis about that information, and then make a judgment. So students assess the material based upon the criteria and standards and forming opinion. This is the highest level of cognitive skill, and it is very essential for developing the overall critical analysis and informed decision making. So, what basically includes in the measurement and evaluation? Measurements include gathering the information about the student's achievement and the overall performance to improve the student learning. Measurement could be of IQ or EQ level or other behavior measurement or any other standard that will enhance the overall student learning. Evaluation is somehow different from the measurement. In evaluation, we basically do a judgment on the quality, value, and the amount of the given learning output. The third one is feedback. After taking measurements and making analysis, judgments, and evaluation, the last step is giving the feedback. It includes the giving information to the students or the parents about the given evaluation criteria. Now, the Bloom taxonomy was the 18th century concept, but we know we are moving too fastly in the educational field and there are so many new factors has been added, so the Bloom taxonomy has been revised. It is named as a revised Bloom's taxonomy. So in 2001, a revised version of Bloom taxonomy was introduced by the Anderson and Krathwohl. They revised the taxonomies, including the level remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So now you can easily understand what is the difference between the actual Bloom taxonomy and the revised version. Of course, in actual Bloom taxonomy, evaluation is the last step in the given educational objective. But in the revised version, after evaluation, there is an other level which is named as create. So the changes reflect a shift toward the more dynamic conception of the thinking and learning. The reason behind including the one more piece or one more level or standard in the given Bloom taxonomy is that we require, after evaluation, we need to create the given scenario and then to proceed the overall education objective. So in revised Bloom taxonomy, we have added the create level after the evaluation level. Now you can easily see the difference in 1956 We have the foundational level, that is knowledge. Then we have comprehension, we have application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. But in 2001, we have the foundational level is remembering the thing instead of knowledge. Then we understand the things instead of doing a comprehension. We apply the things instead of just learning about the application. We analyze the things critically and we make more qualitative, quantitative, and given critical analysis. We evaluate the things and then we create. So there's a shift between these two levels. We have synthesis at the last in 2001 revised version of Bloom taxonomy, and create is just below the standard. But in 1956, synthesis comes first and evaluation is the last level of the given Bloom taxonomy. Now, what is the importance of Bloom taxonomy? Why it is the most widely used or versatile term in the education field? No matter, you can go anywhere in the educational conference, one of the presenter will surely talk about Bloom taxonomy. So what is the reason behind the so much significance, versatility, and the importance of the given Bloom taxonomy? The reason is Bloom taxonomy is essential for designing the effective educational experiences, because the Bloom taxonomy is regarding the educational objective. So all the people who are into the education field or serving in the teaching field, they will understand this terminology for the better designing of the overall curriculum for the nation. It provides a structured approach to develop a learning objectives and assessments. By utilizing this framework, educators can easily enhance the student engagement and the overall learning outcome. So the importance lies in the each level of the Bloom taxonomy. In remember, the educators recall the facts and the basic concept, which include to define the things, duplicate, list, memorize, repeat, and state. In understanding level, the educators explain the ideas or concept. They classify the things, describe, discuss, explain, identify, locate, recognize, report, select, and translate the ideas. In the apply section, the stakeholders use the information in the new situations, which include execute, implement, solve, use, demonstrate, interpret, operate, schedule, and sketch. In analyzing section, the educators draw the connection among the ideas, which include to differentiate, organize, relate, compare and contrast, distinguish, examine experiments and the given question and test. Then evaluate. It include to justify a stand or decision, which include the argue, appraisal, defend, judgment, select, support, values, criticism, and to weigh about the things. Then we have creation level. It means we produce the new things or we actually represent the overall information about the original work. Include designing, assembling, construction. We develop new things, we formulate, we authorize the things and investigate. So this is the revised version or 2001 category for the Bloom taxonomy of educational objectives. Now we are more into the another term regarding the Bloom taxonomy, that is SOLO taxonomy. So SOLO taxonomy, it was developed by the John Biggs and Kevin Collis, and they named it as a framework for assessing the overall learning outcomes. Why it is so important? Because it provides a structured way to describe the levels for understanding and complexity in the given student's learning. The taxonomy is particularly very useful in aligning the given learning objectives with the assessment practices. You can see in the picture the solo taxonomy with the simple verbs which indicate the each level of understanding. For example, we have to find out the competence and the incompetence of a given thing. It means someone gonna fail or pass. First one, they have to identify and to follow the simple procedure. Then they have to combine the things, describe ideas, and perform a serial skills as a list. Then they have to analyze, apply, argue, compare, contrast, criticize, explain, relate, and justify. You can easily see the things are getting combined. So starting from the solo piece of information, that is identifying the things, then we have to arrange them to perform a serial skills, then making connection to justify them more, and then we can make the judgments, hypotheses, we create or formulate a new things. So moving from the one relevant aspect to the several relevant independent aspect, then we integrate it into a structure and then we generalize to a new domain. So moving from pre-structural to unistructural, from unistructural to multi-structural, and then relational, and then extended abstract. So this is the modern version of the Bloom taxonomy, which is named as the SOLO taxonomy, which is quite of high standard and level according to the given educational objectives. We have the further 5 levels for the SOLO taxonomy. SOLO taxonomy consists of the 5 levels include the pre-structural, unistructural, multistructural, relational, and expand abstract. So each level represent a progression from the simple to the complex understanding of the concepts. This hierarchical structure basically helps the educators, facilitators, curriculum designers, and overall stakeholders to identify where students are in their learning journey or where the student is standing in the overall learning journey. So you can easily see the difference. This is the Bloom taxonomy, starting from remembering the things, recognizing, recalling the fact, understanding the things, understanding what the given information describe or fact means. Then we apply the things, mean we apply the fact, rules, concept, or the ideas. Then we analyze the things. We actually break down the given information into the component parts. And then we evaluate the things, means we judge the value of given information or ideas, and then we create the things. We actually combine the parts to make a new whole of information. But in SOLO taxonomy, we move from pre-structure level. It means we do not understand and we actually miss a point. Then we move to the unistructural. So unistructural include understanding and focus on the one relevant aspect of a given subject. But in multistructural, we focus on the several relevant aspects, but still we treat it as an independent concept. Then we have the rational level in which the multiple aspects of understanding are integrating into the coherent body of knowledge. And at last we have extended object. It means an integrated body of knowledge is transferred into the higher abstract level and it is generalized to a new subject. So in between the Bloom taxonomy and the SOLO taxonomy, there is a degree of complexity or which describe the overall outcomes and the cognitive activity. Now, what are the applications of the SOLO taxonomy? Educators can use the SOLO taxonomy to design and assess and to measure the depth of understanding. It helps in the overall curriculum designing and development by aligning the learning activities with the specific educational objectives. By utilizing this framework, teachers can easily enhance the more meaningful learning and experiences for their students. Now, you can easily see what are the different stages and how the solo taxonomy work. So in pre-structure level, the student is not sure about the given subject. In unistructure level, it got one idea about that subject. In multistructural level, the student got the several ideas about the level. In rational level, the student can link the many ideas together and it can create a more bigger picture of the given information. Then at the extending level, it can took look at these ideas in a new and different way. So many educators believe that the Bloom taxonomy is somehow far from the given application and importance from the solo taxonomy, because the modern educational system is more working and more into the solo taxonomy because of the complexity in the education field. The Bloom taxonomy is somehow lacking, but the solo taxonomy is fulfilling the overall educational objective demand. But still, we just can't deny the importance, significance, and overall complexity of the each level the given by Bloom taxonomy. So that was all about today's topic. Thank you so much. We will come and again another day and we will talk about another educational videos. Till then, you can subscribe to my channel Chemist243 for the more amazing educational videos, or you can easily comment in the comment box that what you want to know or you want to understand any complex subject, so I will make a video on it. So thank you so much. Take care.